your prayers before you sleep. Little boy went down his knees and said, oh Lord, I'm alone down to sleep. I pray the Lord my soul to keep. And if I die before I wake, I pray the Lord my soul to take. Cause in giving his grace he will. Oh Lord, in my mind, hallelujah.
Hello and good morning, everyone. Thanks for joining me this morning. Today is October 1st, and this is 8:39 a.m. Nigerian time. What is going on in your area and what is happening? Well, today is supposed to be a day where people will rejoice, where people will celebrate. You know, if Nigeria is a normal country, today people supposed to be celebrating, people supposed to be jubilating. However, I think there are also people who are celebrating well, who are jubilating because Nigeria favors them, the node favors them, and in their position, they don't want to speak the truth. They don't want to tell people that this is really what is happening because of their business interests, because of their political affiliation, and so on and so forth. But among the things we are going to discuss this morning, there is something very important that Bola Tinubu said today. Yes, in his speech, if you have taken time to listen to him, he says something that Nigeria may collapse. Yes. Tinubu said Nigeria may collapse if the necessary action is not taken. So I think it is important we go through his speech and let Nigeria knows what is in his speech. He said, Nigeria may collapse. For a president of a country to address a nation just like the president of the US, where the president of US will stand and tell the Americans that the America may collapse. You know what that means. These people know that nothing is working. They are only telling you lies. Nigeria is full of lies. They lie about the country, they lie about everything because it is favoring them. Tinubu is here telling you that Nigeria may collapse if the necessary action is not taken. But before we go into, reviewing that speech, I want to let you know that as you are writing, especially those who are writing happy independence and so on and so forth, I want to let you know that as of yesterday, even in my area, about 9 people were kidnapped. That is how it is holistic in the whole part of the country. Now, my question to you is, those who were kidnapped yesterday, who were killed, those that are the victims of this country, a lot of people are sidelining them. People are not even remembering that people are suffering, that people have been kidnapped, that people have been adopted, that people are going through hell. People don't know, they don't, for them, if you talk bad about what is happening, you're against Nigeria. Don't just talk about it that people were kidnapped. They will tell you, no, forget about it. Today's Independence Day, Nigeria is glorious, Nigeria is good, we should try to seek good out of Nigeria. Try to seek good out of Nigeria when your brother, my brother is in the detention because of the incompetence of the government. So, I want to let you know that if you watch, so many people are not telling you the truth because of their business interests. People are not telling you the truth because of their political affiliation. But Tinubu in his partial truth is telling you that Nigeria may collapse. Yeah, that is what he's telling you today. So we are going to review the speech. And as usual, if you want to call to contribute, and as I speak to you, people who want to protest, they're already mobilizing, because this time around, I decided not to participate in the protest for personal reason known to me. That does not mean that I'm against the protest. I'm not against any protest. Those who want to protest should go and protest. And as I speak to you, people are already on ground trying to kick off. That is by the way. And you see, in this country, Once we continue to tell ourselves the lies, we can never come to get the truth. We can never come to, get the most important thing that we're supposed to do. That is to help ourselves, to defend ourselves, and to say the truth to power. A lot of people don't want their business to get hot. They don't want what they are doing to get hot. Because of that, they lie to Nigerians. They lie that, I want you to have the positive mindset. There are a lot of people who survive in Nigeria. How many people, before you mention 10 people that survive in Nigeria out of corruption to say, I will mention 1 million people who are the victims of the establishment. And that is what we are saying, that Nigeria is against the people. We must speak the truth. Even though you are wishing something well, let me tell you, people who profess unity, people who profess peace, they don't have peace. But people who seek for justice have peace. People who seek for justice have unity. People who seek for justice always have what they want. I do not care or I have interest in peace and unity, but I believe in justice because it is only justice that can even give you peace and unity. It is only justice that can give you everything that you are looking for. There is no need to profess unity with your mouth. There is no need to profess that this is what you are looking for with your mouth. You don't beg for unity. You don't beg for peace. Carry out justice, there will be peace. Peace is a product of justice. Unity is a product of justice. You can't be celebrating independence where people are dying in detention for what they don't know about. Their crime is that they are Nigerian. They wake up and people adopted them. You do not acknowledge them. You do not talk about the incompetence of government that led those people into detention. And you are here saying people should think about the good of Nigeria, who has been with us. Anyway, from the street, you can see that so many parts of Nigeria, there is mourning. People, before independence, we need to prepare for it. When I was, growing up then, independence is like Christmas. People will rejoice. People will be there. People will be glad. But what is going on today is opposite of it. That is to tell you what is actually going on in Nigeria. Now, I want us to go back to Tinubu's speech today. Let us review it. Tinubu said, Nigeria may collapse. People might not know what he meant by that. He's in charge. He's in Asoro. He knows what is going on. He's telling you, this country may collapse if we do not take necessary action. Now, let us first see the first part of the interview. Please stay with me. Don't forget, as time goes on, you can call in through this number on the screen and also the number on the comment section over there. And if you want to join me live, there is a link there. You can also use it to join me live. Stay with me while we listen to what Tinubu said.
Fellow Nigerians, as I address you today, I am deeply aware of the struggles many of you face in these challenging times. Our administration knows that many of you struggle with rising costs and the search for meaningful employment. I want to assure you that your voices are heard. As your president, I assure you that we are committed to finding sustainable solutions to alleviate the suffering of our citizens. Once again, I plead for your patience as the reforms we are implementing show positive signs, and we are beginning to see the light at the end of the tunnel. Exactly 64 years ago, our founding fathers chose democracy as a form of government and launched the dream of a great country that will lead the rest of Africa out of poverty, ignorance, and underdevelopment. A beacon of hope for the rest of Africa and the world. Over 6 decades later, we can look back and Nigerians worldwide can see how well we have succeeded in realizing the lofty dream of our founding fathers. The world is witnessing and benefiting from the can-do spirit of Nigerian people our massive intellectual capacity, and our enterprise and industry in all vocations, from art to science, technology to infrastructure. The dreams that our founding fathers envisaged are still work in progress. Every day, we put our hands on the plow, determined to do a better job of it. While it is tempting to focus on what has been left undone and where we have stumbled as a nation, we must never lose sight of how far we have come in forging and holding our country together. Since independence, our nation has survived many crises and upheavals that led to the dissolution and disintegration of many other nations worldwide. 6 years after independence, our country descended into a political crisis that led to a bitter and avoidable civil war. Since returning from the brink of that darkest moment, we have learned to embrace our diversity and manage our differences better as we continue to work towards engendering a more perfect union. Despite the many challenges that buffeted our country, we remain a strong, united, and viable sovereign nation. Dear compatriots, our independence anniversary gave us another chance to reflect on how far we have gone in our journey to nation building and to renew our commitment to building a better nation that will serve present and future generations of Nigerians. While we celebrate the progress we have made as people in the last 64 years, we must also recognize some of our missed opportunities and mistakes of the past if we are to become one of the greatest nations on earth, as God has destined us to be. Our mistake must not be follow into the future. My administration took over leadership of our country 16 months ago at a critical juncture. The economy faced many headwinds and our physical security highly impaired. We found ourselves at a distant crossroad where we must choose between two paths: reform for progress and prosperity, or carry on the business as usual and collapse. We decided to reform our political economy and defense architecture. On the security front, I am happy to announce to you, my compatriots, that our administration is winning the war on terror and banditry. Our target is to eliminate all threats of Boko Haram, banditry, kidnapping for ransom, and the scourge of all forms of violent extremism. Within 1 year, our government has eliminated many Boko Haram and bandit commanders faster than ever. As of the last count, over 300 Boko Haram and bandit commanders have been eliminated by our gallant troops in the northeast, northwest, and some other part of the country. We have restored peace to hundreds of communities in the north, and thousands of our people have been able to return home. It is an unfinished business, I agree, which our security agencies are committed to ending as quickly as possible. As soon as we can restore peace to many communities in the troubled part of the north, our farmers can return to their farms. We expect to see a leap in food production and a downward spiral in food costs. I promise you, we shall not falter on this. Our government has been responding to the recent natural disasters, particularly the flooding in the part of the country. After Vice President Kashim Shettima visited Maiduguri, I also visited to assure our people that this federal government will always stand with our people in their times of trouble. At the last meeting of the Federal Executive Council, we approved a disaster relief fund to mobilize private and public sector funds to help us respond faster to emergencies. Our government has also ordered integrity tests of our dams in the country to avert future disasters. The economy is undergoing the necessary reforms and retooling to serve us better and more sustainably. If we do not correct the physical misalignment that led to the current economic downturn, our country will face an uncertain future and the peril of unimaginable consequences. Thanks to the reform, our country attracted foreign direct investment worth more than $30 billion in the last year. Fellow compatriots, our administration is committed to free enterprises, free entry, and free exit in investment while maintaining the sanctity and efficacy of our regulatory processes. This principle guides the divestment transaction in our upstream sector, where we are committed to changing the fortune positively. As such, ExxonMobil surplus divestment will receive ministerial approval in a matter of days, having been concluded by the regulator, NUPRC, in line with the Petroleum Industry Act, PIA. This was done in the same manner as other qualified divestment approved in the sector. The move will create vibrancy.
All right, I think I have to stop the brokers there. And their lies, you know, this brokers is full of lies, full of lies. First of all, Tinubu said that they are winning war on insecurity. Anyway, I think during Buhari's administration, the insecurity in Nigeria is just almost the same thing with insecurity we are having now. The difference there is that Buhari personally masterminded through APC government to import all those Boko Haram, all those bandits, terrorists into Nigeria. Tinubu was the leader of the party while aiding Buhari to import them. Now, that is just the difference, if they are even different. The insecurity in Nigeria is increasing every time. During Buhari's regime, my community, my local government, my region, they hardly see anything insecurity, especially kidnapping and all those things. But during Tinubu's administration, what we are seeing is just double of what we were even thinking about in Tinubu's in Buhari's administration. So there is no need, because I know that Tinubu must have something to say. Someone must write speech for him to say. But can you just speak the truth? The only truth he said there is that if we do not take necessary action, that this country might collapse. And that is the truth. The war about insecurity has never been won, because, you know, the people who are masterminding the insecurity are still being inducted into the Nigerian army. So which kind of war are you talking about that you are winning? the war of insecurity. Why people no longer go to the farm? Your defense minister, Matawale, is being accused of sponsoring bandits. And you are here giving speech, trying to give hope. But I thank God that Nigerians knows the truth. They know the truth. And that is why from across the country today, it's like people are mourning. People are quiet. People are sober. And it's not supposed to be so. Go to other countries. You see Air Force parading with their fighters jet. People will be rejoicing because they have what it means to have a government. But we don't have what it means. We don't have a government. A government supposed to protect the lives of the people. A government supposed to guarantee security. But in Nigeria, it is opposite the case. What kind of independence are you talking about? What kind of celebration are you talking about? People are supposed to talk about what the chief of army officer said. The other day, I was trying to analyze and tell Nigerians the meaning of this, that the chief of army officer said. I thought that maybe Tinubu is going to address this today, being the Independent Day. On September 25, 2024, the chief of army officer said that 2 million security personnel can protect over 200 million Nigerians. The Nigeria Chief of Army Staff is directly telling Nigerians that the Nigerian Army and security agencies don't have the capacity to take care of Nigerians. And Tinubu is here telling us what I don't know, trying to lie to Nigerians. You see, thank God for social media. This is not the age where you continue to tell lies. In so many parts of the country, they are not even thinking or celebrating anything called independence. They are just, on their own. Part of them is the Southeast. Normally, Southeast, they don't even send what is going on in Nigeria. Yesterday, IPOB announces ban on Independence Day celebration activities in the Southeast states. Nigerians are angry. And as I speak to you today, protest has, begun in some part of the country. Is this supposed to be so if the country is working? Absolutely. It's not supposed to be so. So that is the situation we are seeing in Nigeria. I want you to stay with me while we continue to bring to you what is happening from across the country today. All right, so as I was saying before, Nigerians at this moment do not need any lies. We do not need anyone to manipulate us because we already know the truth. There is no how you can manipulate people in this modern age, in this social media age. We know what is going on. So if Nigerians don't want to take action, it is left for them. It is the duty of people to tell Nigerians what is really going on in their country. So after 64 years, I call it 64 years of, useless people's destiny, 64 years of uselessing people's career, Nigeria has killed a lot of people more than they have saved. Nigeria have destroyed people more than they have built. Nigeria has plucked people into poverty more than people who are worthy. We must say the truth. There is no how we are going to shy away from the truth. There is no how we are going to shy away from the truth. The truth must be said. So if we are not saying the truth, people will not understand what is going on. So, however, I have Independence Day celebration, message for people. I have Independence Day celebration for Independence Day speech for people. Tinubu has given his own, but this message you are going to hear from Deji, you must have seen it before. That is supposed to be the Independence Day speech, because there is no way we are going to shy away from the truth. Take a listen.
It's on the nation. And I must also add that the productive sector of our economy are the young people. And these young people, they don't use siren, they don't use convoys, and also they are not even captured in the economic indices of our country. Let me give you a simple analogy how doomed this country is. You see, among the police, only 13,000 police officers are engaged in fighting banditry and terrorist activities. 13,000. But go to the first CID, go and check. You can even use FOI to check this. 130,000 are following big men up and down. 130,000 are following big men up and down. In the Senate alone, and that's Senate and House of Reps alone, there are 3,600 police people attached to these jobless senators and House of Rep people. Why will insecurity not persist in the country? If you see one small boy, just because he does Yahoo, he commands 4 or 5 policemen. That's why the country is fucked. I'm sorry to use the word, the F word. The country is doomed for real, and there's no coming back from it. Any nation where the police, the SSS, the army are subcontracted to politicians instead of policing the nation can never work. Forget about this cosmetic surgery and all these things. And believe me, as we are here, I can assure you that there are more than 200 conferences going on in Abuja right now. Nothing comes out of these conferences. Absolutely nothing. If you go to Merit House, if you go to Transcorp, if you go to Sheraton, if you go to Ibro Hotel, even here, I think there are about 4 or 5 conferences going on here today. These are conferences, you print conference material, they do flyer, they do banner, we are wasting time in this country. Nigeria needs active citizens who will just wake up early in the morning on a faithful Wednesday or Thursday or Friday and occupy the entire nation and demand for reform and demand that these armed robbers, these buccaneers who are in the National Assembly, that they must stop stealing. A situation where you have the national budget, and 80% of the national budget is stolen. Is stolen. Blatantly stolen. And you expect me, you tell me that things can work. A situation where in a country, somebody stands in a church and says, lion carried him on his back. And people actually believe. People believe. So how do you want such a nation to work? And again, can you really blame them? You can't blame them, because go and check all nations of the earth where governments have failed, people turn to God and religion. That's why you see people. Are you not surprised that Nigerians are calling on God of Israel? Israel is calling on Iron Dome for protection. So having said that, it's also important to say that if not for social media, where will we have been able to see the Akpabios of this world that will tell citizens and insult them that while you are protesting, I'll be eating? You know, if not for social media, how would we have seen Yabelo resisting arrest by EFCC? If not for social media, how will we have been able to see the First Lady fooling around planting something in her backyard? And that is the only way to develop an economy. If not for social media, how will we have been able to know the abracadabra of Dangote and the NNPC and all their wuru-wuru? If not for social media, how will we have been able to see the miracle of off your mic? You remember when the other man was accused of stealing 80-something billion naira, and he suddenly, immediately they started asking him questions in the National Assembly. He fainted. You know, if not for social media, how will we have been able to see the exposure of tribal bigots online who tells Igbos not to vote in Lagos in their own country on election day? If not for social media, how will we have been able to see the level of brigandry during elections and electioneering, where Edo election is just coming up in a few days. The last election in Edo, a reporter was reporting that APC is sharing 5,000. PDP is sharing 5,000. Everybody is collecting and everybody is happy. If not for social media, how will we have been able to see those unethical practices? Again, if not for social media, how will we have been able to see the young man from China who exposes corruption and skill, the lecturer from Kanu, Dambelu, who is Tinubu's friend? If not for social media, how will we have been able to see that? If not for social media, how will we have been able to see the APC national chairman, Gandola, stuffing his Babariga with dollars? This is what they want to regulate. Don't allow them to regulate social media. Social media remains the conscience of the citizenry. If not for social media, how will we have been able to know that they have renamed Nigeria Federal Republic of Rice? Every problem, they believe that rice is the solution. If not for social media, finally, I know my time is up, and I'm so sorry. If not for social media, how will we have been able to harness the power and the dynamism of the youth during End SARS, End Bad Governance, and other social changing events?
All right. Thanks to Deji Adeyanju. Now, this is supposed to be your Independence Day speech. If you are looking for one, if you are looking for any speech for you to stay throughout your day to day, I think this is a speech you're supposed to listen to. Not the lies from Tinubu. Not the lies Tinubu just, though they wrote it for him, it is normal. Nobody will expect Tinubu to come out to say, I have failed. Nobody. You don't expect him to come out to tell people, we have failed, our nation has failed. You know, he needs to, carry mic and say something. How can Tinubu come out to say that he's winning the war of insecurity? This is the same lie that Buhari lied to people for so many years. And you see why I love this speech made by Deji Adeyanju? This is social media age. You can lie to people. You can lie to few people who are not on social media, or those who are on social media and dancing go. Those are the people you are going to lie to. Not people who are on social media doing research, monitoring what is going on. It is not time to begin to lie to people. We have passed those age now. We have passed those age. So, my brethren, let us open our line so that people can contribute to what is going on. And also,
good morning from here.
It's morning here. This is 12 minutes after 11 a.m. This is morning here in Nigeria.
It's still morning. I'm just getting off work. Now it's like 4:12 a.m.
Wow. Tell the viewers your name and where you are calling from.
This is Ben calling from US again.
Thanks for joining us, brother. So how are your people doing in Nigeria? I hope they are celebrating independence.
Who wants to celebrate? Which one independence?
All right.
We are not celebrating any independence.
Okay.
We are not even independent.
Of course. That is what I wanted to establish, that Nigeria is not independent.
Yes, we are still slave and puppet. You understand? To British. Like you said earlier, they want to have election. they have to go to these people. Have you ever seen either America? People say, oh, America is corrupt. People say America is the worst place, it's bad, it's this. Have America come to Nigeria to ask for solution?
No.
To fix their own place? No. Have you seen American president or politician come to Nigeria for treatment? No.
No.
Only our useless and cost politicians that always fly abroad for treatment. All with their money. That is how you know they are cost. Even with their money, they cannot fix their own house. They will rather take the shame and go to another place to go and treat themselves. You understand? To go and spend that money over there. Whether any man, young man that you see today celebrating need to be that person, you need to catch a hunger. You understand? Because you will see some fools will still come out. If today now they decide to come out and say they want to do something in public on the open field, you see the same people me and you were crying for. You see the level of crowd that will still go there. You understand?
Yeah.
We are not celebrating anything. We are angry. We are angry that our people are dying, that these politicians are weaponizing hunger. You understand? We are not celebrating anything. Celebrate fire. As a matter of fact, I've told them, everyone in Southeast, count yourself out. We are not more Nigeria. That means Nigeria, they shame us. If you won't be Nigeria, just look yourself like you're supporting terrorists. Technically, you're a terrorist because Nigeria is not working. They need to change that institute. Pack all these people, pack them, command them. It is not working. I heard this man speak today. You understand? Their president, because he's not my president, as long as I'm concerned. I heard him come out. That man who gave shame was busy lying how we have attracted over the year. I said, what? Attracted what? You cannot fix insecurity. Your military are resigning, running out, going to a different place. You are losing, and you say you're fighting insecurity. We are winning. Winning just to speak that thing. You will see a little for that man head. You will see that this thing that just speech with their right it over. It is using in every angle. You understand?
Yeah.
In every angle. Tinubu is more like a cost to Nigeria. Because, you know why I say so? From the first day this man got into power, Nigeria became even worse than Buhari regime.
Yeah.
From the first day.
No doubt.
Everything he has done is all mistake.
No doubt about that.
He comes, he makes speech. Every of his speech, they take Nigeria backward 10 years, 20 years. All his speech. Do you understand? So, my brother, we are not celebrating anything. If people that will come and say they are celebrating, we are not celebrating. I'm not celebrating. If anybody is celebrating, my brother, tell that person to suffer. As Nigeria, you suffer. As a life suffer, life poverty. You understand? I know in the place we are supposed to be happy. But my brother, when I look at Nigeria, I look at the people in Nigeria so bad. Whether outside Yoruba, Igbo, I feel bad. These are people normally when things was going right. These are my buddy friends, brothers and sisters. That's how we look at ourselves. You understand? I have one of my songs that I wrote. You understand? That song I said, Igbo, Hausa, Yoruba say, we are the sons and daughters of the same kind, at the same land. We will not stop the fighting. My brother, at this time, we will not be the same. That's why I never removed that song. We are not the same. The thinking, the way of thinking is totally different. Everything, we are not the same. Because the Igbos are busy fighting that they want their own. They're not fighting because they hate the land, you know. They are fighting because they are tired of the injustice of the corruption.
Mm.
If Nigeria was working, Nnamdi Kanu will not be in danger today because he will not even decide to campaign for Biafra or canvass for Biafra.
Yeah.
If Nigeria is working, people like Samuel Ekpa will not exist.
Mm.
Nobody will know who is Samuel Ekpa. But you see how useless that country is, right? Instead of them to address the main problem, what everybody is saying, all right? They will rather tell you they want to go and drink Samuel Ekpa. Meanwhile, the Nnamdi Kanu that is in your cell has destroyed the country. You know why I say he has destroyed the country? Nnamdi Kanu said he will use truth to destroy the country. He never carried arms.
Mm.
And that truth was through Nnamdi Kanu, everybody's eye opened.
Mm.
And that country went down today. We never finished the one way you go. We don't destroy, we are supposed to apologize, appease and release her. We can see whether we go see happy out somewhere. You won't go carry someone Ekpa. You think you carry someone Ekpa, you solve the problem? No. No, ruthless and wicked someone Ekpa will emerge. You know why? Today, tonight, you're doing what you're doing. Alright? 10 years ago, you never knew, we don't even know who became man. 5 years ago, we didn't know who is Pima. Alright? Pima came into light because of the injustice. And you listen to Nnamdi Kanu, you listen to so many other people, and you understand that this is high time you want to fight for your own people in your own way. Alright? If you go and carry someone and you find out that another this time around, people will come up, not the people where they talk. You understand? It will be people who will just execute. They don't believe in talking 2 times. People are waiting. People are listening. People are just seeing the environment and say, you know what? Let me study. I'm listening. Go and do this and see what will happen. People are not smiling. Especially the Igbo side. They are not playing again. This one not the Biafran time. People are not smiling. We are not smiling. The level of anger that is in our mind, my brother. If they know what is good, I will say this in the day we live in the kind of first of all. You understand? We still get the Biafra for let religion in America. But if anything happens to America, if they know, their money will be useless to them because you know why? They will never enjoy that money. It's in Nigeria. They will become slaves in their own land because people are angry. Our people are angry. We're angry because they have killed us. This is a speech for our day, for this October 1st. We are angry because the politicians have killed us. The ones from North, South, East, and Southwest, all of them, they have killed us. We are angry because they have starved us with hunger, weaponized hunger. We are angry because they have turned themselves to bandits and turned the innocent people that is supposed to enjoy Nigeria, that is supposed to enjoy their own country, their own land. You understand? Into victims. I want to say one thing today, and to Whether Hope and to any Southeasterner. If you allow I pray to not in my land, my property, to where they will call you down. Because I will come there, anybody I see for my property is going down. Let them use their own destiny and do what they want to do. Piman, I will end this thing here, okay? Good job. And we are not celebrating any independence. We are not independent. If we are, we know how people who have freedom, we know how they celebrate.
That is right. All right. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for
Kanu,